Hi there. Hello, 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 hello. How are you? My name is Mo, and you're on my channel here, Mo Moon Tarot on YouTube. This is going to be the week ahead tarot and oracle and scrying ball reading. And I'm using 3 tarot decks, my Aquarian Tarot Italian edition, the Romance Angels Oracle cards, and Everyday Witch Oracle. Woo, woo, woo. Yay, yay, yay. And I have my crystal ball, so we're going to scry for some messages. This is going to be from Monday, February 1st, 2021 to Sunday, February 7th, 2021. Welcome, one and all. Welcome. So let me start by scrying in my crystal ball and seeing what the world is telling us. The world, the universe, spirit. Spirit, what do we have to learn from you today? I'm seeing a string with Christmas cards hanging on top of it. And there are many messages in each card. There is a separate message, but all the messages are focused on one holiday, one day of celebration. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Many messages focusing on one celebration. Well, we do know that February 1st is Imbolc or Candlemas in the Northern Hemisphere. And so we will be celebrating the midway point between the winter and the spring, and we'll be celebrating the fact that new birth is soon going to take place. And it's interesting because I was thinking about Christmas or Yule when I was looking at the crystal ball, seeing the Christmas cards hanging on the string. You know how they do that? People put a string in their house and then they put the cards like sideways on the string. So it's a time of celebration. It's a time of a message that needs to be focused. So let's go ahead and see what the message is for the week ahead. I hope you're doing well. Let's get an Romance Angel Oracle card and see what it says. Now, they're geared towards love, but we could all use a little bit of love in our lives. So let's see what the Romance Angels Oracle card says. Okay, we got 2 cards. We got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So that's letting go of old energies that, don't serve us. Soon we'll be cleaning up for the spring. We'll be putting away our winter clothes. We'll be doing our spring cleaning. We'll be opening the windows. And I think that's just the anticipation. Release your ex. Release what is in your past. And the time has come to clear your energy. So time to, perhaps if you do rituals, you could do a cord cutting ritual, or you could do a list of things that don't work for you anymore and intend on releasing those things. And the other card we have is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So with the release your ex card, there's a strong magnetic attraction here to actually let go of the past. And when I say let go of the past, I also mean let go of 2020 and let go of the difficulties that we had in 2020. And there is a strong magnetic attraction, a chemistry towards letting go of those things that hurt us, those things that caused us pain, but not necessarily forgetting the message, because it's important to remember to pay attention to the message that we were given during our difficult times. Sometimes it's easy to forget. Oh my God. Sometimes it's easy to forget that we went through difficult times because we try to focus on the future so much that we almost put the difficulties that we had gone through in the past. And that is what we need to do. Release your ex, release what's in your past. But there's a strong magnetic attraction as well. There's a chemistry in regards to remembering the difficulty that you went through, and remembering that the difficulty that you went through is important, and it's commendable to know that, to remember that you went through difficult times, and that, you know, you learned a lot of lessons, and that you were able to understand other people better through those difficult times. We have change and progress that came from the Witch's Oracle card deck. So change and progress. So it's really about, with the chemistry, releasing your ex. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. The time has come to clear your energy. Change and progress. There's a lot of energy of change coming in. And even in the present, there's a lot of energy of change and progress. And it's interesting because sometimes when we think about the idea of change, we feel a little bit worried about it. But I feel like going from 2020 to 2021, a lot of people were ready for change. Like almost the whole world, at least, was ready for a change. And usually when we think of change, we kind of cringe. But with this card, it's change and progress. So progress goes hand in hand with change, and moving forward, you know, with those changes. So let's draw our cards for Monday to Sunday, February 1st to February 7th, 2021. And we had that crystal ball message of, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We had that crystal ball message of focusing in on one message despite the different ways to communicate that message. And it's interesting because we're all different people, right? So we all speak differently. We all get our point across in a different way, but sometimes we, like, even though we get our point across in a different way from another person, perhaps, it's still effective to communicate a message. And, you know, it makes me think about teachers, because some teachers are easier to understand than others. And as an individual who's learning a subject, you may learn better with one teacher, and someone else may learn better with another teacher. Because I remember when I was taking my math course to do nursing, to have my prerequisites to do nursing, I had one math teacher that was like amazing. I understood everything he was talking about. He always gave little hints and tricks and tips as to make it easier. And then I had another math teacher who was teaching me the exact same thing, because I had to redo that math course again. Not that I didn't pass it the first time, but because it had been too long that I had not done the math course and I needed to refresh it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. And I couldn't understand, you know, anything this teacher was talking about. But the weird thing is, he was teaching the same curriculum that the first teacher who was teaching me the math course, you know, was teaching me. So there we go. So let's look at our cards. Monday, we have the 9 of Wands. Tuesday, we have the Page of Swords. Wednesday, we have the Knight of Swords. Thursday, we have the Magician. Friday, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Saturday, we have the 8 of Cups. And Sunday, we have the 5 of Wands. So I'm feeling a sense with these cards and the overall energy. There is a message here. We have one card that's Cups. We have 2 cards that are Wands. We have 2 cards that are Swords. We have 1 card that's Pentacle, and we have a major arcana. We have the Magician card. So the overall energy, it has to do with the Magician card. And it's interesting because that's the message for Thursday. We have the Magician card, and it's right in the middle of each of the other 3 cards. So it's like a central focus to focus on is the Magician card. That's the central message for this week coming February 1st to February 7th. It's about creating your life through directing your energy this week. And of course, we had the change in progress card for our oracle card, right? So there is changes taking place. There are changes taking place based on the fact that we have the Magician card number 1 of the major arcana. And we have the Release Your Ex and the Chemistry card. Releasing your ex meaning releasing your past. And Chemistry card meaning there's a strong attraction towards the newness of the changes that are taking place. And again, we have the Magician card. So it's like the overall energy of this week is like changing what is around us through I want to say alchemizing what we have before us and the energies that are surrounding us. And tarot is just like that, right? Tarot is a sort of tool, a divination tool to answer questions, of course, yes, but also to allow us to be illuminated towards the energies of the questions that we ask. So what does Monday have in store for us? We have the 9 of Wands. So Monday with the 9 of Wands, there's a strong sense of focus on Monday. There's a strong sense of focus on your spirituality, on your motivation, on your creative endeavors. The 9 of Wands is having gone through a difficult time and being able to see clearly now. So I'm going to draw another card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck to go with the 9 of Wands. Yes, yes, yes. 9 of Wands on Monday. Too many cards. 9 of Wands on Monday. So wands are indicative of spirituality, creative energy, passion, passion. 9 is like an inverted 6, and for me 6 is about beginnings and enlightenment. So there could be difficulty with the idea of beginning fresh. There could be a sense of being stuck in a sort of routine that you created for yourself during the year 2020, and now having a little bit of a difficult time moving forward towards this sort of change, because the 9 is in reverse 6. So 6 being enlightenment and beginnings and change. The 9 could be, because it's upside down and the opposite of beginning, change, and enlightenment, too many cards, is difficulty with routines that you're stuck in. So there could be a sense of being stuck and not knowing how to move forward on Monday. But again, we have the change in progress card for our oracle card. So it's like things are still going to change and progress is still going to be made. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So I think that that's probably a good indication as to what the solution is to the 9 of Wands. With actually it was reversed. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were reversed, but I thought that I had reversed them all, so I turned them upright, and I do read reversals. So this was upside down, 9 of Wands. And the solution is, this situation is calling for you to have faith. So trust the process. Don't be worried about feeling stuck, because the universe will move you forward as you trust the process. And the situation is calling for you to have faith. So just like you sit in a chair believing that it will hold you up once you're sitting in it, believe that the universe will hold you up once you are trusting in it, once you are moving in the energy of the universe. So Tuesday, February 2nd, we have the Page of Swords reversed. So the Page of Swords reversed for Tuesday, coming from the 9 of Wands reversed. So I like to look at it upright first to get the messages, and then I imagine it flipped upside down. So with the Page of Swords, as with every page card, there's like a sort of youthfulness to the energy that's coming in with Tuesday. With the swords, it's about communication. It's about, and Mercury is retrograde, as we know. So there's a lot of communication difficulties and communication, misinterpretations, communication with trouble finding the words that you need to express yourself, possibly, because the Page of Swords, also the fact that it's reversed, is like there's a little bit of a difficulty finding the enthusiasm that you need to communicate yourself properly. And of course, if there's a difficulty in communicating yourself properly, then you will feel frustrated and you will feel like you're not very enthusiastic about the whole thing at all. But again, we had that message from the crystal ball about the cards all saying the same thing, but in different ways. And I think that what you need to embrace for yourself on Tuesday is knowing that you have your own style, you have your own way of communicating, and that's fine. That's a good thing, because it makes you an individual, makes you unique. So let's get an oracle card for Tuesday, February 2nd, with the Page of Swords. We have separation. The time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Interesting. With the Page of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like separation is an important concept here with the Page of Swords in reverse, because you need to separate yourself from your ego. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Separating yourself from your ego and tapping into your intuition. Separating yourself from doing the logical thing all the time, and remembering that you also have a heart, soul, and desires of your own, and that you need to express those desires, express those your will. You have to express your will. You have to express who you are. So I think with the Page of Swords, like in reverse, it's like a difficulty expressing who you are, but the answer is separation. Separation from the fact that you might be thinking, oh, I shouldn't be talking about this, I sound stupid, or oh, I shouldn't be trying to communicate this, it's not important. And that reminds me of my sister's situation, where she was having trouble and she didn't know if she should communicate how she was feeling, because she didn't know if it would be important, and she ended up communicating to this person and things seemed to be settled out. So remember that that communication is the most important. And if you're feeling like you want to communicate with somebody on Tuesday, or in this week in general, because there's a very, very strong energy of communication. And of course, Mercury is in retrograde, and Mercury is a strong planet of communication. So remember to separate yourself from that ego part of you that's telling you that you don't need to communicate, that you don't have the right words to say, that you don't know how to get your point across, and really just trust your gut, trust your instinct, and speak up when you need to speak up. Of course, respectfully, and of course in a you know, not in a judgmental or angry or critical way, but just in a way where you can speak up and feel good about the fact that you spoke your mind, you put up your boundaries, whatever the case may be. So Wednesday we have the Knight of Swords. So there's like a progression from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords. But the Knight of Swords is more so about battle. It's in reverse. It's like a battle in the sword suit. So it's really about, like, again, we're talking about communication with this sword suit or thought life. And of course, all communication comes from your thoughts, right? Whatever you're thinking builds into sentences, builds into ideas. And you put those ideas out into the universe through what you're saying. And again, I'm thinking about the Magician card, where it's like putting your intentions out into the universe, speaking your spells, speaking your prayers, speaking your mantras, speaking your affirmations, and allowing yourself to reap the benefits of what you sowed through your communication, through your intentions, through your thought life, through your mental clarity or lack of. So let's get a card to go with the Knight of Swords in reverse for Wednesday, February 3rd. You know me, I like when my cards pop out. I'm pretty sure all tarot readers probably feel that way, but I'm going to draw one from the top. We have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And for me, this card, it symbolizes you. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. This could be the one. So I think it's important to say to yourself, how am I showing myself self-love this week? How am I putting up my boundaries? How am I speaking my mind? How am I approaching this battle with the Knight of Swords? How am I approaching this battle of learning how to express myself? Of course, it's with loving yourself, right? This could be the one. Of course, there's that sense of this could be the one. There isn't like a this is the one. It's this could be the one. So it's offering that option of not choosing yourself as the one. This isn't a love reading. This is a week ahead reading. So I'm looking at these Romance Angel Oracle cards, not in a love sort of way, not in a romantic partner sort of way, but more so in a romantic partner of yourself sort of way. So this could be the one. So you can choose to choose you. You can choose to choose yourself. You can choose to express yourself. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. You are the greatest person who's going to be able to show yourself self-love. And sometimes people need someone else to show them self-love in order to feel that they are loved. And if you are that type of person, I hope you can find the romantic partner you're seeking. But it's really important to start with yourself, because if you can't feel comfortable with yourself and with being independent with your own self, how are you going to invite someone into your life and make their life better? And of course, we are all on a journey, right? So we're not perfect ever. We're never perfect. And so we never reach that point where we're perfect and we can finally let someone into our life and it's going to be a perfect relationship. There's still evolution that's taking place in everybody's life as they are living. So as you are living, if you're in a romantic partnership, you know this, that you are evolving and your partner is evolving. And so as you are evolving, you are learning new things about each other, and you're learning to love each other despite the fact that you might be evolving in ways that maybe you're not really fond of. So this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, is really saying, love yourself, approach yourself as the fact that you could be the one to get yourself out of difficult situations. You could be the one to decide what direction you're going to go in. You can be the one to set out to do something adventurous, and you don't need anyone else to hold your hand in order to do that. So February 4th, Thursday, we have Il Bagato, the magician. So we're right in the middle of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're in Thursday, February 4th. We're past hump day, Wednesday, and we're now in the actual vortex of the week. Thursday, you are looking forward and you're looking back, and you're saying to yourself, what has this week brought to me so far? What is this week going to bring to me in the next 3 days? How am I going to control my surroundings? How am I going to let go of things in my surroundings? How am I going to intentionally decide to appreciate the hard times as well as the good times? So that's what I see with the Magician card for February 4th, which is Thursday. And again, we have that change in progress card. Remember, change in progress, the oracle card that pretty much describes what this week is going to be like. Again, we had the crystal ball. We had the messages written in different ways, but all expressing the same thing. And I think that's kind of like an indication of what this world is like for the individuals who live in it. We all kind of want the same thing, even though we express it in different ways. We all choose different jobs, but we all want to feel at peace and at home and settled in the jobs that we choose. We all want to feel accepted. We all want to feel loved, but it's just that we go about finding those things in different ways. But ultimately, it's the same message. It's the same thing that we're all looking for. So we have, with Thursday, with the Magician, we have pay attention to red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So pay attention to red flags on Thursday with the Magician card. The signs are cautioning you. I feel like pay attention to red flags is saying, pay attention to the things that you need to pay attention to that are alerting you to things that are no good for yourself. So what is no good for yourself? What are the things that are no good for you? You need to decide that for yourself. For me, I know that I've decided in the past that I wasn't going to take Ativan to sleep during the day because I was feeling like I was alone for too long and I was depressed. And as soon as I let go of taking Ativan for a few days in a row, I decided that I wasn't going to depend on the Ativan to get me out of a situation where I was feeling lonely or anxious. And that was a decision that I made for myself. The red flag was that I shouldn't be using this to find an escape from life, that I need to pay attention to the red flags, that I need to pay attention to the red flags and make decisions that are healthier for myself. And of course, you know, decisions that are healthier for yourself could come in the future or could have been in the past. The red flags are not always present. Sometimes the red flags come further on down the road. Sometimes the red flags come immediately. And sometimes we ignore the red flags until the red flag cannot be ignored any longer, and we have to make a decision to turn away from the direction that was alerting us with the red flag. So the signs are cautioning you. So Thursday with the Magician card, there's so much energy for change, for creation in the middle of this week. And it's important to know that you need to, and I need to, we all need to embrace change. Change is progress this week. If you feel like you're approaching something that's not right for you, that's putting up a red flag for you, pay attention to finding the strength within yourself, like the Magician has, the strength within yourself, that horizontal 8 over this Magician's head, which says that you are eternal. Pay attention to the fact that your journey is an eternal journey, and that turning away from something that is not good for yourself is causing an eternal ripple that will affect the people around you. So it's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about how we are affecting the people around us. So February 5th, Friday, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she's right side up, and I'm in love with that. Queen of Pentacles on Friday. So there's a lot of motherly energy here on Friday. There's a lot of giving to yourself good things. With the Regina de Denari, the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel there's a strong sense about monetary value here. And I think it's important to pay attention to how you feel when it comes to spending money, because you may feel one way at one point about buying something, and then you might feel a completely different way about something the next second. So I tried to buy something on the internet just yesterday, and it wasn't able to go through on my credit card. And interestingly enough, I tried again. And it still didn't go through. And then a few minutes later, I was actually relieved. That it didn't go through. And I was like, why would I even want to buy this? Like, it's way too expensive. It's like, it's really extravagant to be spending money on these things. And of course, I still like those things that I wanted to buy. But the price was astronomical. And I don't know why at one point I was willing to spend that. And then at the next minute, I was like relieved that it didn't go through on my credit card. So make the effort is the card we have for Friday with the Queen of Pentacles. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So make the effort to listen to your intuition. I really do feel like it's important. Your intuition is that voice inside your head that you don't necessarily hear audibly, but you can feel the intuition flowing through you like electricity. And sometimes it's important to use logic if you're in a work environment where magic is not the way to go, right? Because there's bringing magic into the workplace, bringing yourself into the workplace. Let's say we're all magical beings. Some are tapped into their magic more than others. But when I go to work at the hospital, I bring my magical attitude. I bring my magical talismans. Like I was wearing my necklace that I got from my sisters for my birthday for the past week at work, and I got a lot of compliments on it. And for me, that's expressing myself. I have my moon and star tattoo here that expresses myself. I got my tattoos on my arms, on my chest, and that's me showing my individuality to the world. And thankful enough, I'm thankful that the hospital allows me to show tattoos and still work there. Some people have some like funky hair colors and they're still able to work at the hospital. I remember when I was in school, I had to cover up my tattoos. I had to take out my piercings to do the labs when I was taking my nursing assistant and my PAB course. But in the hospital, it's very lenient as far as presenting yourself goes. As long as you're working responsibly and doing your job to the best of your ability, there's no, punishment for looking a certain way. So make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Make the effort to tap into your intuition. Intuition and logic can work hand in hand. If you're using your intuition and something is not making sense to you, chances are your intuition is working in tandem with your mind to tell you, no, you shouldn't do this. Yes, you should do that. It's not like you have to turn off your brain to use your intuition. It's just that it's important to feel the feels along with thinking the thoughts. So with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like nurturing your mind by listening to your mind, but also listening to your heart and your intuition and your internal compass. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So great love is what you receive when you learn to trust yourself. You learn to love yourself. When you realize that the choices that you're making are benefiting you in the long run, you learn to love yourself. You learn to love your inner compass, your inner guide, your spirits, your ancestors, those that are surrounding you, that you are, watching or taking a direction from. So with the Queen of Pentacles too, it's like, how do you view money? How do you view material goods? Do you feel like those material goods are representative of you as an individual and of your worth? Or do you see them as just nice things to have? Because I guarantee you that one of the things Spirit will do if you are putting your value in your things that you own is that you will be having those things removed from you, or you won't be able to have that abundance of receiving physical things, because Spirit will say, no, you aren't the amount of the things you own. You aren't the amount of the money that you have in the bank. Make the effort to love yourself by trusting yourself and realizing that you aren't the number in your bank account. With the Queen of Pentacles, I do feel that, because she's saying, love yourself, mother yourself, nurture yourself, be kind to yourself. So I see that for Friday, February 5th, I'm seeing that, we need to take the effort to be kind to ourselves, to love ourselves, to trust our thoughts, to trust our logic, to trust our experience even, because you experience things in life, and those experiences that you have experienced, you take a lesson from them, and the lesson that you learn from them is a helpful lesson that you take like a tool in a toolbox, and you use that tool from the toolbox to fix things or to adjust things in your life that are necessary to be adjusted. So remember, we have release your ex, release your past, release the things that aren't serving you. It's a cliche thing to say. I know a lot of people say release what's not serving you, but release what's not helping you. Release what is starting to mold in the cupboard, so to speak. Release those things that, cause you pain or bitterness or anxiety. Feel the feels. Of course, it's important to feel the feels. It's important to work your way through. It's not going to come in an instant. There's a chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here in regards to embracing newness, embracing new ideas, embracing new experiences. There's a really strong sense of death and rebirth with this reading. I really do feel that. And of course, change can come through death, and rebirth can come through the progress of the change that's taking place. So on Saturday, February 6th, we have the 8 of Cups. Otto di Copi. Sorry, it's the 8 of Cups, right? Otto di Copi here, the Italian edition. So the 8 of Cups is like letting go of your connection to the material and seeking an adventure in opening yourself up to the possibility that you can receive, you can give to yourself. And that is the great adventure. The great adventure is that you don't have to wait for somebody to buy you your tarot deck, your first tarot deck, or your second tarot deck, or your third tarot deck, or your oracle deck, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you want in life, go after it. If you really want that crystal ball and no one's buying it for you, granted you have the money or the means to buy it, go ahead and purchase that thing for yourself. It's not a sin, a crime. It's not, something wrong to want something and to buy it for yourself. That's part of the way of how we show ourselves self-love, is by giving to ourselves. And of course, we don't want to be overindulgent, but what is overindulgent anyways? Overindulgence is different for everyone, because it's really about seeing it's like the message is the same, but the way of saying it is different for everybody. So the message is, with the 8 of Cups on Saturday, the message is, You can get yourself whatever you want, but according to your bank account or according to the amount of money that you make, of course, that item or that physical thing is going to be different from the next person who makes so much more than you, or from the next person that makes so much less than you. And of course, there's also that idea with the Eight of Cups of saving up your money to buy yourself something that you really want. Because the Eight of Cups, of course, we have with this Eight of Cups, we have all the cups stacked up. And to me, that can represent saving up, using your emotional desire with the Eight of Cups, using your emotional desire for something to save up for something that you really, really want, and then going out to get it for yourself. So we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So I feel like that's an affirmation with the Eight of Cups, going out to find what this individual wants, or going out to get what this individual wants. With soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. Listening to your soul, listening to your soulmate within you, saying, yes, this is your soulmate. This is what you need in life. This is what you are going out with. This is what you are seeking. With the Eight of Cups, there's a sense of seeking something greater, seeking something more valuable to you, seeking something more experiential to you. Yes, this is your soulmate. Follow your soul. Follow your soulmate, who's ultimately you. Of course, we're all looking for a soulmate out there, you know, but the ultimate place that you can find your soulmate is within yourself. Yes, this is your soulmate. You are your soulmate. You know better than anyone else what you want. And if you need therapy, then so be it. But that doesn't mean that you don't know what you want. All the answers are still found with you, in yourself. You could go out and find a therapist, and the therapist will ask you the questions which will pull the answers out of you. But ultimately, the answers come from within you. So the next card we have is the Five of Wands, and it's for Sunday, February 7th. The Five of Wands. And there's a little bit of confusion here. There's a little bit of leadership energy as well. There's a little bit of looking over your shoulder, seeing if there's anything better than this argument that's taking place. And it could be an argument that's taking place within yourself, or it could be that somebody is trying to express themselves to you, and you don't understand what they're trying to say to you based on how they're expressing themselves. And so what's the answer when that happens? The answer is to ask questions, right? Communication is key. And I do feel like that's what this energy, the energy of this week is saying. Communication is key. With the Five of Wands, maybe you're not understanding somebody on Sunday, February 7th. Maybe you're not understanding an email that you got like earlier in the week, and you're trying to figure out how to send an email back responding to this person. Or maybe you're talking on the phone to somebody, or you're in a Zoom call and you're just like, I don't get you. What are you talking about? And you want to kind of feel like you want to say that, but there's also an intention that that's not going to help the situation. Taking an aggressive stance, or taking a stance of belittling the person that you're speaking to, that's not going to help the situation. And I think that's why we have to pay attention to the Cinque di Bastoni here. We have to pay attention to the fact that there is an energy of wanting to argue, or wanting to fight, or wanting to speak your truth and not wanting to hear anyone else's truth. We need to be open to everyone's truth. And I do feel like that's a strong energy on Sunday, February 7th. Be open to everyone's truth. Just because someone sees something differently than you doesn't mean they still want the same thing as you. Doesn't mean they don't want acceptance, love, purpose. You know, when we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we see that we all have the same needs, and we all start at the base of the pyramid, and at the top of the pyramid we have self-expression, self-actualization, self-realization. We're all looking for that ultimate connection to the divine, and it takes getting those basic needs met in order to reach that divine space. And so help that person that you're talking to, or help that person that you're responding to reach a higher area of that pyramid, to reach a higher state on that pyramid. Help that person to reach self-actualization if you can, and you can. It's just important to learn how to communicate, to ask the right questions, to use the right intonation when you're speaking, and to come across as somebody who's not trying to find fault or, belittle, but so much trying to understand what the person is trying to say, and really trying to understand that person at the depth of who they are, and at the depth of what they're looking for, that what they're trying to get, what kind of needs they're trying to get met. So unrequited love, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And I think that with the Five of Wands, we see that there's not enough energy, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Between this card and the Five of Wands, we can't keep this Five of Wands going. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This relationship with the confusion, there's not enough attraction to keep that going. Nobody wants a difficult argument, unrequited love, whatever kind of emotions this Five of Wands is offering, we're not giving that energy back to the Five of Wands. We're not going to reciprocate the energy that the Five of Wands energy is trying to bring in. And so pay attention on Sunday, February 7, to keeping the peace, but also expressing yourself, right? That is one of the main messages that we had with the crystal ball. We had that message of everybody has something to say. We all want the same things. We all say them in different ways. We all say what we want in different ways. We all have our own personality. We all have our own ways of getting our point across. But ultimately, we all want to get our point across, and we all want to be understood. And so I feel like that is the energy of the Magician, where it's like as above, so below. Basically saying everything that's above is like everything that's below. As within, so without. Everything that is within you is like everything that is without you in nature. Everything that is without you, which is everything that is surrounding you in nature, is just like everything that you see within yourself. And as the universe, so the soul. All those that galaxy of stars up there, that is what your soul is like. Your soul is like a galaxy of stars, and you are endless. Just like the infinity sign over this magician's head is indicating that this magician has an endless possibility, has an eternal life. And that's like all of us. We all have an eternal life. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. You are energy. I am energy. We need to see each other as those energetic beings that we are, and realize that it takes energy to communicate words. Words are very limited. Words are very difficult to understand. The way you understand a word could be different from the way I understand a word. When we put into a sentence, it changes the word totally as well. So remember that those little things are not as important as the big picture, and as the whole picture is that we all want self-actualization. We all want to be loved. We all want to express ourselves. We all want to feel seen and heard and understood. And so remember that for yourself, and remember that for the people around you this week, okay? So I hope this was a helpful reading for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to comment down below on something that I said or something that you feel like telling me, I'd be happy to get back to you. Remember that if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, because if you're new to this channel, maybe you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate that. Also, if you want to be alerted to when I upload new videos, instead of having to check back, you can just hit the notification bell and you will be automatically alerted on your iPhone or computer as to when I upload a new video, and you can go ahead and check that out. Again, my name is Mauh. I hope you have a great February 1st to February 7th, Monday to Sunday. I hope this week is good for you. See you later. Bye.